Are you a chiropractor trying to find the best way to run your practice? Things can get pretty complicated when balancing great patient care with managing your staff and keeping up with the latest marketing strategies. It can be tricky to figure out what type of marketing best suits your practice while helping you gain clientele. Well, today we caught up with one of the top experts in chiropractic care marketing, and the strategies they'll share are simple, effective, and will bring more patients to your practice.
What is the biggest problem for online marketing for chiropractors? The biggest challenge in online marketing for chiropractors is that it is very difficult for chiropractors to implement an online marketing strategy. And the good news is that if they have or if they follow a good online marketing strategy, then they have a very good chance of succeeding and be able to generate an endless stream of patient referrals and patient inflow to their practice. But typically what happens in a marketing campaign, an online marketing campaign for chiropractors, is that they don't typically have somebody in the office. They don't have enough manpower. And if they did, that person that's in charge for online marketing at the office doesn't have enough training. And so the next step is actually to outsource this online marketing. And the problem that arises there is that there's a big disconnect between the outsourcer and what's actually happening inside the clinic. And as a result, there's a little bit of disparity and a disconnect. And what this means is that there's really a hole, there's really a gap in the marketing strategy, whether it's online or offline. But I would rather say that it's a general comprehensive marketing strategy that's not available for online marketing. And for chiropractors who are doing a really good job, they have somehow adopted a marketing program or a marketing strategy that works. For those chiropractors that are watching this interview, I would recommend that they follow or adhere to one program or one marketing strategy. And if they don't have one, I would suggest that they follow what we have refined over the years. And this is a 6R framework for momentum and growth. And this 6R framework, the reason why it's called 6R framework is that all of the 6 aspects of this framework begins with the word or the letter R. And it's not very complicated, it's very simple. In fact, I can very quickly, with the time constraint of this interview, I can go over it very quickly. The first step is actually the return on investment. And there's 2 factors there. First of all, every marketing dollar should return return on investment. And what that means is that if you spend $1 in marketing, there should be an X amount of dollars coming in the back end as profit through additional patients or some other activity. And the other important information that needs to be looked at when it comes to return on investment is the understanding of lifetime value of a patient. What lifetime value of a patient means is that it's the amount of transactions, financial transactions that happen from the very first visit until the very last visit, or until the patient doesn't return anymore. And that's fairly easy to determine, but unfortunately some chiropractors don't even have an understanding of lifetime value of a patient. And another factor that needs to be considered on return on investment is actually a calculation of the acquisition cost of a patient. And ideally, over time, the acquisition cost should reduce. And let me explain later on how that happens. And the second step is reputation building. Again, reputation online is really nothing different from your real world reputation. The only difference that the reputation online is what's available out there, that what your patients say about you on the social media or in the review sites. And the thing about your reputation is that it needs to be solidly based on a very high level of service delivery. Okay? And it needs to be able to be expressed in terms of an extraordinary experience for your patients. If there's no extraordinary experience, then people are not likely to put reviews out there online. And the third step on this 6R strategy is called reach. And this is really where the SEO, search engine optimization, is involved. This is where video marketing is involved, Facebook advertising, and all the other avenues out there that they can go out there in the social media and on the search engines and be able to bring in patients. And the fourth one is rate of conversion. This is the fourth R. And when you are talking about rate of conversion, you really need to target a minimum of 1% rate of conversion, which means 1 out of 100 people that visit your website needs to at least opt in or call the clinic for an appointment. And you have to monitor that. Chiropractors need to monitor this, and if they are outsourcing this, there should be a report on the conversion rates, especially if you're spending money on Google AdWords. Okay, because Google AdWords is a little bit expensive, and if there's no rate of conversion there, you'll just be burning money very quickly. And the fifth one is reactivation. When we talk about reactivation, chiropractors normally think about reactivation of past patients and old patients. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I wanted to add as far as reactivation is concerned is that you need to be able to reactivate on a continuing basis, not just your patients, but also the people who have expressed interest in your services, either through your other campaigns like SEO and all that stuff. And normally you should be able to capture the emails there from an online perspective. And also if you're doing seminars and other interaction with the public, you should be able to get the emails and the physical addresses so you can communicate with them again. And the sixth, and I would say the pinnacle of this 6R framework, is actually referrals. And unfortunately, most of the time, referrals are the only way that chiropractors are able to get new business in. And they really heavily rely on referrals. But if the referral system doesn't have the other 5 R's, if they have no analysis or a hold of the return on investment, if they don't have a real reputation to talk about or to be proud of, and they are not reaching out enough, and there's no rate of conversion happening, and there's not any reactivation involved, referral strategies will be so short. But if they do it right with the other 5 R's in the 6R framework, then the referrals would actually be sufficient, or actually I would say would be the sweet spot and the ideal source of new patients. And the reason why referrals are going to be the sweet spot is that their conversions are much higher. The costs are obviously nothing because the referrals are done by patients that know about you and they're crazy about to refer to you. And really everybody should aim at referrals in the end, but it has to be supported with the other 5 R's in the components there. It sounds a little bit complicated and long, but really it's simple. We have prepared a white paper that explains this online marketing strategy based on the 6 R's, and it's available for download on our website at www.page1searchenginemarketing.com. And we are here to help because we focus on leading with value, and because bringing value to the marketplace is what it's all about.
Now that was some incredible information on how to market your business. So take some serious thought and start focusing on marketing your business with great strategies like this one. Are you excited to learn more? Today's expert can be reached at the number on your screen. Don't hesitate to call them to get more information, and thanks for watching.